Lena sat alone in her lab, the soft hum of alien machinery filling the room. She was used to the quiet. The lab was her space, a place where her mind could focus on the work that consumed her. Every day she spent hours here, solving problems no one else could understand. Her reputation as an expert on alien technology was well known across the galaxy, but to Lena it didn't matter. She kept to herself, hidden behind her work. For years, Lena had kept her emotions locked away. Her past, filled with betrayal and loss, had taught her to trust no one. She believed that if she could lose herself in her work, she could keep the pain at bay. But today there was a sense of unease, a feeling that something, or someone, was waiting for her just beyond her reach. As Lena adjusted the settings on the alien device in front of her, the door to the lab slid open without a sound. She didn't look up, thinking it was just one of her colleagues coming to check on her. But then a voice broke through the silence. "Lena," the voice said, deep and smooth. It was unlike anything she had ever heard before, calm and almost otherworldly. Lena's hand froze on the control panel. She looked up, her heart racing. Standing in the doorway was a man. No, not just a man, but someone who didn't quite fit the description of a typical human. His features were sharp, his eyes a strange shade of silver that seemed to glow faintly. His dark hair was perfectly styled, and he wore a sleek black suit that seemed to shimmer under the lab's artificial lights. "I'm sorry. Do I know you?" Lena asked, her voice betraying the surprise she felt. The man smiled, but there was something unnerving about it, something that sent a chill down her spine. "I'm Caden," he said, stepping into the lab with the quiet confidence of someone who belonged here, despite having no reason to. "I've been watching you for a while." Lena frowned, instantly feeling defensive. "Watching me? I've been following your work," Caden continued, his voice smooth and measured. "You're very gifted, Lena. More than you realize." Lena narrowed her eyes, scanning him for any sign of deceit. "I don't know what you want, but I'm not interested in having my work evaluated by someone I've never met." Caden raised his hands in mock surrender, though there was no fear in his eyes. "I'm not here to evaluate you. I'm here to help you unlock something much greater than what you've been working on." Lena's curiosity, though still guarded, began to surface. "What are you talking about?" Caden's smile widened, and he walked over to the table where Lena had been working. With a flick of his wrist, he activated the device she had been analyzing. The alien technology lit up, revealing patterns and codes that Lena had never seen before. "This," Caden said, his voice low and persuasive, "is a key to unlocking something far beyond your wildest dreams, but it requires someone with your unique skills to access it. I need you to help me, Lena. You're the only one who can." Lena took a step back, her heart pounding. She didn't know why, but something about Caden's presence unsettled her. It was as if his every word carried a weight she couldn't ignore, a pull she couldn't resist. Still, she kept her composure, not willing to let him see any weakness. "I don't know what you're offering, but I don't get involved with things I don't understand." Caden's expression softened, and for a moment there was a flicker of something almost gentle in his eyes. "I understand," he said. "But the truth is you're already involved, Lena. You've been drawing closer to this for years without realizing it. You're not just working with alien technology, you're becoming part of it." Lena shook her head, trying to process what he was saying. "That's impossible, is it?" Caden pressed, stepping closer, his presence more imposing now. "I can show you things no one else can. I can help you unlock your full potential. But it will take time. It will take effort. Just a little more." He paused, his voice lowering to a whisper, "And you'll break through." Lena felt a shiver run through her, a sensation she couldn't explain. There was something about Caden's words that sounded almost hypnotic. She tried to push the feeling away, but it lingered, like a whisper in the back of her mind. "I'm not interested in your promises," Lena said firmly, crossing her arms. "I've worked alone for a reason. I don't need anyone telling me what I can or can't do." But Caden was not deterred. "You're already on the verge of something extraordinary, Lena. I can help you reach it. You just have to trust me, just a little more." His words, those two simple words, "just a little more," echoed in Lena's mind. She shook her head again, trying to clear the fog that was beginning to cloud her thoughts. She had always been strong, always relied on her own abilities. She didn't need anyone else, but still something deep inside her stirred. a desire to push beyond what she had ever imagined. "You don't know what you're asking," Lena said, her voice shaky but defiant. "I can't just let go like that." Caden's eyes glimmered with something unreadable. "You don't have to let go, Lena. All I'm asking is for you to take the next step. Just a little more, and everything will change." Lena felt the weight of his words, the pull of his gaze, and for a moment she considered the possibility. Could she really break through her own limitations? Could she really unlock the potential within her? But deep down she knew she was stepping into dangerous territory. She wasn't sure if it was Caden's influence or the allure of the unknown, but something inside her snapped. With a trembling hand, Lena reached for the controls. She couldn't help it. The curiosity, the drive, the need to prove herself, it all flooded her at once. She took a deep breath and pressed the final button. And in that moment, as the alien technology surged to life, Lena's world began to shift. Lena stared at the glowing display before her, her heart pounding. The alien technology she had just activated hummed with power, the codes and symbols on the screen shifting and rearranging in ways she had never seen before. Her fingers trembled as they hovered above the control panel, unable to process the immense amount of information now flooding her mind. It was like something inside her was awakening, something she had never known existed. For a brief moment, Lena was frozen. The world around her seemed to fade as the hum of the device grew louder, the light from the screen almost blinding. She could feel her mind racing, her thoughts jumping from one possibility to another. Caden's words echoed in her ears, his calm, persuasive voice urging her to go further. "Just a little more," he had said. Those words were like a spell, a promise of something extraordinary. She shook her head, trying to focus. She had always prided herself on her ability to control her emotions, to shut out distractions and stay focused. But now, with the alien technology overwhelming her senses, it felt like her entire being was unraveling. She had done it. She had pushed herself further than she ever had before, and now she was in uncharted territory. Caden stood beside her, watching with an unreadable expression on his face. He didn't say anything this time. He didn't need to. Lena could feel his presence like a weight on her shoulders, steady and unyielding. He was waiting for her to make the next move. The urge to keep going was undeniable. She could feel it inside her, pulling her forward, urging her to push the boundaries of her knowledge and unlock the full potential of the device. But as much as she wanted to, as much as she felt compelled to, something inside her screamed to stop. Lena stepped back from the control panel, her mind spinning. She had gone too far. She had opened something that she wasn't ready to understand. The alien technology wasn't just a tool. It was a force, a power that seemed to be reaching into her very soul. "Lena," Caden's voice broke through her thoughts. "You've done it. You're so close. Just one more step." His words were like a drug. They lured her in, making it harder and harder to resist. She wanted to shut him out, to take control of her own mind again, but the power of the technology, of the connection between her and the device, was too strong. It felt like she was no longer in control. The machine was alive, pulsing with energy, and it was guiding her, pushing her further. "Just a little more," she whispered to herself, echoing Caden's words. For a moment, Lena felt like she had lost herself. Her hands moved on their own, pressing buttons, adjusting dials. She didn't even realize she was doing it. The technology was in control now, guiding her actions, and she couldn't stop it. And then, it happened. The room exploded with light, the device in front of her surging with energy. The floor beneath her seemed to tremble, and Lena stumbled backward, her heart racing as the reality around her shifted. The light from the machine was blinding, and her mind was filled with visions, glimpses of other worlds, strange creatures, and impossible landscapes. It was like she was seeing the entire universe unfold before her eyes. But the power was too much. It was overwhelming, suffocating. Lena gasped for breath, feeling like she was drowning in the flood of information. She tried to pull away, to disconnect from the machine, but it was like the device had a hold on her, pulling her deeper into its grasp. Caden's voice was the only thing that cut through the chaos. "Lena, listen to me," he said, his tone calm but firm. "You're stronger than this. You can control it. You just have to trust me." The words were like a lifeline, and Lena clung to them desperately. She tried to regain control, to focus on the task at hand, but it was no use. The machine was too powerful, and the force it was creating was pulling her further and further from reality. She stumbled back, her legs giving out beneath her. The floor was spinning, and the light from the machine seemed to grow brighter, consuming everything in its path. Caden's face appeared in her vision, his expression calm but distant, as though he were watching her from a great distance. "Lena," he said softly, "you've done it. You've unlocked the power. Now all you have to do is embrace it." But as Lena tried to reach out to understand what was happening to her, she realized the truth. She wasn't embracing the power. The power was embracing her, controlling her, turning her into something she didn't want to be. The walls of the lab seemed to close in on her, and Lena gasped for air, her chest tight with fear. She had broken. She had pushed too far, and now there was no turning back. With a final surge of energy, the device powered down, the light dimmed, and the world around Lena returned to normal. She collapsed to the floor, her breath coming in ragged gasps. Her body felt numb, her mind spinning from the overload of information. For a moment, everything was silent. Then she heard Caden's voice again, closer this time. "You've done it, Lena. You've unlocked the key to infinite power." Lena looked up at him, her mind still reeling. She had done it. She had broken through, but at what cost? Caden knelt beside her, his expression unreadable. "You're not the same person you were before. You've changed, and now you're ready for what comes next." Lena felt tears well up in her eyes. She had never felt more broken, more lost. She had pushed herself to the edge, and now she wasn't sure if she would ever be able to find her way back. "Is this what you wanted?" she whispered, her voice trembling. Caden's lips curled into a faint smile. "This is just the beginning, Lena. The universe is waiting for you." Lena closed her eyes, feeling the weight of his words press down on her. She had unlocked something far greater than she had ever imagined, but in doing so, she had lost herself, and now there was no going back.